Hello, everyone. So, look who's back. Morgana is back. How are you?
I'm
It's
so good. Thank you for having me, Roxanne.
I'm glad that you came. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't even realize that the movie that we're going to talk about was coming out so soon. I thought it was later for some reason. And it's like near and dear to my heart because I'm an Italian girl in
Yes.
South Jersey, which is very Italian. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. And you're in it, and you're my
hmm
favorite.
Oh, you're so kind.
So before we even talk about it, let's talk about what you've been up to since we talked, what, like a year ago? What's been going on?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really busy. I had to stop and think about it's been a big year. I spent about 3 months working as a co-producer on a film that's near and dear to my heart. Some really amazing
Ooh.
filmmakers. Yeah. So we were in a remote location filming. It was, what we would call a camp shoot. So our whole cast and crew were just up in the middle of this small town. We kind of took over the town for a few months, and that's been keeping me really busy. So it's been a great process.
When will we get to know what the title of this movie is?
Well, I can tell you the title. It's
Oh,
called The Island Between Tides,
oh,
um,
okay.
and it should be out in 2023.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you took over the town. What did the townspeople get involved?
Yes, actually, it was fantastic. It was really amazing to get to know everyone in the community. We had local actors, so some people had never done anything with film and television before, and they came and they joined us either as crew members, as cast. It was really fantastic to get them involved. Background performers, you name it. It was really immersive. Is a great word, I think.
Okay, so now I'm excited to see this. So, where would we be able to see it?
I believe it's going to be, well, there will be film festivals. We don't know
Okay,
what our
good.
lineup is yet,
Okay.
but it should be on Super Channel. And I think you guys get Super Channel.
Yeah, we do.
So
Okay, that's good.
it'll
Well,
be
we'll keep
there.
our eye out. We'll keep our eye out. So it's Island Between Tides, right?
You got it.
All right. Oh, I made you go away. I'm going to type it in the chat for them. Here we go. Island. Island, not islands. Not. It's not a plural, right?
One island, just one. You got it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing story. Um, it's based on a play by the playwright Peter J.M. Barrie, who wrote Peter Pan. So it's kind of similar themes. It's a little bit spooky, and it's also a lot about family. So
Oh, okay. And so you were co-producer. Do you have a
yeah,
role? Are you acting in it at all? Oh,
maybe,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
If
All
you
right.
blink, you'll miss me, but I am in it for a hot
Good.
minute.
Okay. All right. That's so cool. All right.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about my movie that I'm so excited about. But before we do, since it's about family, do you have any like special family traditions that you do during the holidays?
Hmm. Um, Yes, definitely. I mean, Christmas Eve, we open a present every year. That's a thing that we absolutely do. With like the family that I was raised with,
Uh-huh.
I grew up with my mom and dad, and with the family that I've kind of created for myself here in Vancouver. We have this beautiful god baby now, and so her parents, and myself and her goddad. It's really, we've got a new tradition where we do cinnamon buns in the morning on Christmas all together, and that's something that's really special for us.
That's nice. We do cinnamon buns in the morning too, and we carry it over because my brother-in-law, it's really from his side of the family. But who doesn't want to do that? Like, who doesn't want to
Yeah,
adopt that tradition, right? It's
yeah.
like,
I'm usually so full from the cinnamon buns that I don't want to eat dinner.
yeah, it's so
But
good, so good, so good. All right,
yeah.
so okay, so now this movie, I'm used to you being on Hallmark Channel,
hmm
and I mean, and so now we've got like Hallmark, the movies and mysteries. What is, just for viewers that may not know, what is the difference? Like, what, when they have a movie, what makes it be on one channel versus the other?
Yeah, so I mean, both channels have a similar amount of Christmas content, original
Yes.
content. It's not favored in one direction or the other in that
Yeah.
regard. But
Mhm.
as far as I know, the Hallmark Channel is really keeping with light, festive,
Yeah.
fun content.
Right.
And Hallmark Movie Mysteries is digging a little bit deeper and
Okay.
finding some subject matter that's um, got a lot of truth to it that, is it might make you feel stuff.
Right.
So aside from just like happy and playful, it's gonna
Right.
it's
Right.
gonna tap in. So I'm really, really excited that our film is gonna be on there.
So I'm wondering, are we gonna need like tissues for this one? Are we gonna need some tissues? Maybe.
I
Mm.
mean, it depends on your sensitivity level, but I know I definitely had them a couple days on set. It's a beautiful script. I'm so excited for you to see it. It's really special, and we talked, and it's special in so many ways, and the experience was incredible. And we'll get into that, but the script is just unlike anything that I personally have read from Hallmark or seen done before.
Oh,
So
wow. Wow.
I'm really excited.
Do you remember who the writer is? Who wrote the story?
Oh gosh. Well,
Okay,
there's been a few iterations of the script. We should take a look. Juliana is one of our producers, and I know herself and Catherine, our
Mhm.
director, they got really involved in the script. So they are fantastic minds behind a lot of what's happened. But the original writer, I would have to take a look on that.
And I know that happens a lot when sometimes, especially, and I'm not saying this one is, but if it's from a book and then they do
Mhm.
their own little script version, and then the direct Marita Grabiak, she's always in switching and changing like the script herself. So I like when that happens though, because I feel like it's even better for the viewer. Like we enjoy it even more.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's great to have different eyes on it because they just elevate it further, as long as it serves the story, absolutely.
So did you realize that when you took the part that Beau Bridges was going to be in this movie?
No, I actually found out about that. So the day we had our table read, I also had my fitting. So I was kind of running back and forth. I was at the studio trying on all of the different outfits for the whole movie and wrapping my head around that. And then I was racing back to where I could sit down with my computer for the table read. And I was getting a lot of
Mhm.
emails from our assistant directors trying to coordinate times because everyone had a slightly different schedule and different time zones. And at one point, Beau Bridges came up and I went, I honestly don't remember if it was maybe at my fitting or if it was in an email thread, but I went, like Beau Bridges?
Like Bebo.
Okay. Okay. Nono's gonna be Beau Bridges. All right. I
Oh,
better bring my A game to this table read. And
I'm so
it was fantastic.
oh, and he looks we see the clips because I was last week, I think, when they started to show them, and we get to see it's sort of like the same episode. Like you're in your jammies by the tree and you turn around and you're
Mhm.
like, what how is, and I'm like, oh, there she is. So he's playing the part. I'm like, oh, he looks like one of my relatives.
He
I told my
is.
dad, I'm like, "Dad, you gotta watch this. He's gonna enjoy it."
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me what the experience is like with your cast because you got amazing cast.
Oh, Roxanne, my cast I say my cast because they feel like truly at this point they are my family. I think I fell in love with every single member of the cast on this. Truly, it was an experience unlike any I've ever had before. I mean, you always get along with everyone,
Sure, sure.
it's creative, it's collaborative, but it was like we became inseparable. It was Sarah is the most incredible human you will ever meet. I
Oh,
adore her. I mean, TV sister for life, amazing. Jessie, Parveen, Markine, everyone is just wonderful. Gwenda, our mom, like it became so silly how close we were at lunches or whenever anyone was on a break or a relax. The assistant directors knew that everyone would be in one person's trailer. They'd be like, oh, where's the cast? And we would just be together.
oh,
Or
that's sweet.
rather than going to our trailers, we would just go to the green room because we wanted to watch everyone else's work and just be there for the little 5-minute breaks between setups. And it was really fantastic.
So that's going to be cool. That's going to carry over. So we're going to need tissues. We're going to fall in love. I know it. Now, the family is, I know how I would pronounce the family name, but I want to know how they're pronouncing it. How do you say the family name for the show?
Okay. No pressure, all the pressure.
No.
Colucci is how we're saying
Okay.
it.
All right. That's how we say it too. Okay.
That's how you
That's
say it. Okay, very good.
yes.
We did
And
good.
I'm thinking, so this is not I'm not leaking something. This is out there. So Beau Bridges part, he's struggling with dementia, right?
Mm,
That's what they said in the advertisement. I don't know how much that carries over. How is it addressed? I know that we know that he's
yeah.
trying to jog his memory with the help of like making the special sauce. But
Yeah.
is it like really addressed? Is it a big part of the storyline? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Oh,
is. That's part of
okay.
what makes it such a special film, I think.
Right.
It's addressed in a lot of ways. I mean, first of all, Beau is incredible. He's a beautiful human. He's so kind and so gentle. And his work in this role, I think, is really outstanding. Um,
Mhm.
he brings it. And it's like it gets you. He will break your heart and you will fall in love with Sarah. And I love it. It's absolutely addressed. I think everyone handles it a little bit differently. And
Mhm.
that's something that's really interesting, seeing how different members of the family and different dynamics come up and come into play. How unsettling it can be, and surprising and concerning, and like fears that come up with that happening. Like it's suspenseful as well. So yeah, it is a big part of the film. Well, maybe
And
not
I
no spoilers, but it's part of the film.
okay, and then that makes sense to me why it would be on that channel because they tend to like dive into really like big things, like more
Yeah,
serious, like you were saying. Not that I favor
yeah,
one over the other. I love both. I'm it's 137 and 157 for me, so I'm back and forth. That's all that's on my TV. That's all I do, go back and forth. So
yeah.
I'm loving the part where you're trying and they kept saying sugo sugo and I'm like, oh, the sauce. So they're trying to find or figure out the recipe for the sauce. um by any chance did you know what that was even before you start? No. Okay.
I didn't know what sugo was. I loved the process of getting to do the research prior to filming and during filming, and it's really Anna's mission to find this recipe. And as her siblings, we're there for it, absolutely. Art, I think I'm probably the least in real life and also in the film, like the least kitchen savvy. I don't really cook. But our brother RJ, played by Jesse, is far more kitchen savvy. So between him and Anna, there's a lot of like wonderful magic going on with like with the Italian cooking and just cooking in general, for sure.
Did they actually serve like a sauce that you got to try and eat the pasta? Because you know how that goes. Sometimes you get sick of it after a while. Did they?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so we did. We had like a huge Christmas dinner,
Mhm.
but for the sake of resetting and things like that, they were
Yeah.
very. Some people got to have the sugo. Some people didn't get to have the sugo.
Oh, okay.
Just to like keep it rolling, and it's such a complicated thing dealing with real food in a movie, and cooking scenes. There's a lot of work that goes into it and resetting it, so that it's consistent from take to take. So it's pretty incredible.
I remember, I forget who told me this. I forget who said this. They were explaining. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Oh, that'll be a new one for on camera. Holy moly! But I remember someone saying that when you sit around a table and you have a conversation, it's like one of the most difficult scenes to like shoot and to
Mm.
like make it flow. And I'm like thinking about this as I'm watching the previews, and I'm like, oh, Italians are always around the table or always gathered in a group like in the kitchen or something. So I'm excited to see how all that conversation flows.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of big family scenes at dinner tables, like cooking around the island, at dining room tables. It's absolutely, you're going to get your fill.
All right. I'm so excited for this. What was like, what do you think special? Like, oh, you actually told me quite a bit, but for you, what was
Yeah.
special about this movie? Like when you saw that you were going to be a part of it, or that you even tried to be a part of it, you're like, I want to be in. Like, what was it that sold you?
Yeah. Well, part of it is the director, Catherine. I've worked with her before.
Oh,
We did, um, uh, oh my gosh, my brain is, uh,
another movie together. Okay.
yes, we did do another movie together. Katrina Law is in it as well, and Carlos. It is Christmas with the Darlings. I'm like, I see the
Yes.
puzzle and I see the little piece.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should have known that because I love you in that movie. I love that
Oh,
movie. And I
it's a
remember,
great movie.
yes, yes, yes. You were a
Yeah.
doctor, right?
I was a surgeon, in
Yeah.
fact. You were very good
And you're
memory, Roxanne.
her good friend. No, I loved you in it. That's why. Well, I'm not
Yeah.
just saying that. I really meant it.
Aw. But it was such a
So
great experience working with Catherine on that. And so then getting to work with her on this, um, we already had some shorthand. I knew, her take on the script, sort of the direction it might go. And it was just really, really wonderful to have her input and her guidance throughout the process, with navigating some of the tricky scenes or scenes that, it could play a bunch of different ways, and just finding the tone and finding the relationships. She was so integral to that for me, and keeping me, I guess, on track with Ella. So that was really special to get to do that again, and I hope that we get to work together a ton more, because I really enjoy it.
it's nice. I've talked with directors, have become like, friendly as you can be doing this. And it's funny because like with Marita, she has actors that she knows that what they can bring, and she keeps them in the back of her mind, and she
Mm.
brings them along with her. And then the actors will say the same thing. Oh my gosh, Marita, just like you're saying with, so
Yeah.
it's nice when you have that relationship, because I feel like that makes the movie even better. Like, you know each other, you know what the expectations are. And so I think this, I just, with the top, like the topic, and then the whole family feel that you have, I think it's going to be like one of my faves. Somebody was saying, and I wanted to show it to you before we go
Yeah.
any further. Let me see. There's like the comments off to the section, but I wanted to put it up, and here it is. It's Deb Johnston. She says, sounds like it could be this year's 5 More Minutes. Do you know that movie? The
I
one with,
don't.
okay, so I made it go away. Nikki DeLoach is in it, and it's about sort of her coming to terms with something, like I think her, it's the passing of her grandfather, I think it is, and just the memories, and trying to put it together after, like, they have a business, and her mom's struggling, and it's really like you need tissues, and it's heartfelt. So we're thinking, it might be along those lines.
It might be. You might be right, Deb. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So what can we expect for, like, is it, first of all, was it really filmed in the winter, or did you have to make that up?
Yeah,
Of
so
course.
it was no, I mean, I wish it was. Well, maybe not. No, it was, I'm so bad at my conversions here. I'm a Celsius girl all the way. So it was
Okay.
like 38 degrees some days, which is really, really hot. And
Yes.
we're out there in our parkas. It was filmed in August. So it was like really like summer camp. We did it over 3 weeks, and it was hot, and we were sweaty. And we had our mittens and our scarves and our jackets on, and there was a couple scenes where definitely Catherine would be like, remember, it's winter, it's cold, and we would have to, like,
Let's
because we
shake
were
it down your forehead.
yeah,
I
yeah.
was John Brotherton, we were talking the other last night, and he said that he had to wear this big, huge, puffy parka. And that when it was on the hottest day, he said without the parka on, people like the crew were sick and had to go home. And they had him in this refrigerated trailer with ice packs. And when he came out, could only be out for certain time, and then came back in. And I'm like, why? Why? You're always filming when it's like a million degrees outside and it's supposed to be snow. Did you have
Yeah.
fake snow?
Yeah,
Did they
we
make
have
fake snow? Of course.
totally, absolutely. Yeah, we have what they call snow blankets. So
Mhm.
it's this special fabric that they roll out and cover on things. And we had an incredible art department on this film. They just, I have to say, Roxanne, like the crew in general
Mm,
was amazing.
gosh,
The
yeah.
chemistry of everyone beyond the cast, but the crew, every single person, it was such a joy to go to work every day. It was, I've never been more excited to go to work and see. On days I had off, I was like, well, I just want to go see everyone. I want to see what they're filming today. I want to get an hour and just hang out and say hi. It was that good. And on our last day, the whole family, we were all kind of done on the same day,
Hmm.
and we were all done our big scene. And so Sarah's still filming a little bit for the evening, but everyone else from the cast that day was pretty much wrapped and good to go. And
Hmm.
they had a heck of a time getting us to leave because we all had to say goodbye to every single person there. And they're like, please leave, we're still filming. The producers were like, okay, like thank you so much. But we had to say goodbye and thank you
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
it was just such an amazing experience with everyone. But yeah, there's snow blankets and there's like little artificial snow and obviously all the Christmas decorations too,
Well,
inside and outside.
what they're showing us in clips, the house and everything looks so beautiful. That's why when I was looking at it, I was like, I wonder if they're really, maybe they filmed this a while ago and it really was in a cold, snowy place. So they did a great job.
They did an incredible job.
And then I saw you in your pajamas, your
Yes,
PJs.
my onesie. I wish I had kept that. Actually, that's the one regret I have is not keeping my onesie.
It was cute. It looks cute. So um I'm gonna ask, like, well, not ask. I'm gonna show you some love over here that they're saying about the movie because it's on Saturday. It's this Saturday,
Saturday.
but at 10 for Eastern time. It's a little later. Yeah. Okay. This is just Rona. She's saying looking forward to the movie. And Lillian saying, I'm so looking forward to seeing this movie. My aunt has dementia, so it resonates so much. And that's what I'm thinking. And I feel like a holiday can be so beautiful and wonderful for some and then so sad for others. So I feel like this will be a I don't know, I think it's going to touch their heart.
I
Like
hope so.
watching, yeah.
Yeah.
And what is this? What was the other one? It's so nice when the cast feels like family and works so well together. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That was one thing Catherine, our director, really wanted to, and she had said from the beginning that she wishes for us that we have wonderful chemistry and that it feels like a family. And just from the very first day, it was like glue. It was great.
Yeah. Um, which is like this is what they're saying that there's it's gonna carry over. We're gonna love it. Jan is saying, I love Christmas with the Darlings, and I've watched it many times. Me too. It's like one of my favorites. I think the whole cast did a phenomenal job. I think the solution to filming in Canada weather is to film down here in Jersey. We don't usually have terribly cold weather in the winter. Yes, we will put you
I love
all on.
that.
Well,
Let's do
actually, you could come to my town because I always tell everybody this. My town is like a Hallmark town for real, like a Hallmark movie happens. Like, when they have festivals or they got to save the something. Well, we had to save our like it was a parochial school, and the town came together and made it a private school. I mean, we really are
it.
like a Hallmark movie.
You are a
Minus,
living Hallmark movie, Roxanne.
I know. Minus I don't know. Minus what? Minus everyone is kind in a Hallmark movie. So I don't know that everyone's super kind like they are, but we are nice. Oh, and this is someone here. Do you know Pamela Turner? Because she says
Oh
we.
yeah, hi Pam. She's in Vancouver.
Oh,
Yeah.
we love Morgana, which is so cute. This is what Deb was saying. You could tell during a movie just how close the cast is, makes everything so real, which is true. Yeah. So this is going to be nice. Again, so it's Saturday at 10 Eastern time. So what's that central? 11? 10, 11
Mm,
o'clock? No, 9
it goes
central.
back. Yeah, it goes
9
back
central.
central. Yeah.
Now
And
for
then Pacific,
you, yeah.
it'd be 7 Pacific.
Okay. And where is it on in your area? Do you know? Is it
Yeah.
even on in your area? Will you get to see it?
I will. So in Canada, it actually premieres on November 19th, and
Okay.
it will be on the W Network, which has a lot
Yes.
of different Hallmark
Yes.
Channel originals and Hallmark Movie Mystery originals.
Yes, they do. That happens quite often. Oh, this
Hmm.
has been so nice. Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me. I
Oh, yeah.
love it.
Good. And then we're going to have to watch and check out the what is it? The Island Between Tides.
You got it. You got it memorized. Roxanne, your memory is incredible.
Yes, it is. It has to be because my students keep me on my toes, and the day it starts to go is the day I must go. But so far, it's all good. It's all good. Like I don't have to retire yet. All right, what's
No, not
Janice?
for a long time.
Janice is saying, even to the point of having a Christmas parade, right, Roxanne? Oh, we do. We have a Christmas parade, tree lighting. We have all that stuff. Yeah.
That's amazing. I wish we had that here collectively, but we're a bit too big of a city, I guess.
Well, we have it all. We do it all. We even have carriage rides and take a tour of the houses decorated. I'm not joking. We really do.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, it sounds like we need to come to Jersey to film.
Yes, and you'll come. Yes, you will come visit.
Yeah.
Barbara says, so pleased that it will be on the W Network. Yes, because sometimes it takes a while for it to show up in your area, and I'm glad that it will. So that'll be good.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
right. Well, we're gonna say good night, but don't leave so we can say good night in the behind the scenes here.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
We're gonna watch it. Our Italian Christmas memories.
Yes. And you'll have to give it the Italian stamp of approval after you see it.
We will. We will. We will.